Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the UK. Today I'm taking part in the Project Share blog hop with my good friends Jill, Jez and Verity. Every Thursday I share one of their projects on my blog posts, and on the first Saturday of each month we have a theme and we all make a brand new project and link our blogs together so that you can hop around. So for February our theme is Sale-A-Bration, and I have made this cute teeny tiny little box that holds a Ferrero Rocher inside. Okay, so the flap of the box just sits behind that pretty little flower. That comes from the Flowers of Friendship, and there is a matching punch as well. Okay, so those are available to purchase separately, but you can buy them as a bundle, and then as always when you buy a bundle you will save 10%. So the papers that I have used from Sale-A-Bration are the Daffodil Afternoon. It's 12 by 12 pack and you get 12 sheets in that, and that is free with a spend of £45 in my online shop. But please remember, Sale-A-Bration will end on the 28th of February 2022. Okay, so this pack of paper has absolutely gorgeous designs, and I used one of my favourite designs for this box and used Flirty Flamingo card. Some of them are quite dark, but then other ones are really light as well. So I've used some for card making. This design here in particular, you can basically just chop that and stamp a sentiment on it. Job done. Really beautiful. And I've made one with that little one as well. So I'm going to change it up. I'm still going to use this beautiful paper, but I've chosen a different design from the pack. I have chosen this one here, which is absolutely gorgeous. As I say, that one's beautiful as well, but it is a bit dark, and these patterns are a bit big for a little box like that. I would say that's probably a bit big as well, but I just absolutely love it. So I'm using this one this time instead. Sorry about that. So starting off with a piece of pale papaya card, and I will chop into this later to decorate it. So this piece of card measures 4.5 inches by 6 3/4 inches. Bringing in my Simply Scored, I want to score that at 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. Now you could do that, actually is that right? 4.5, yes it is. 1.5. Got that wrong, that's what it is. I knew something didn't look right. Gloss over that bit. I scored it at 1.25 and said 1.5, so I meant to score it at 1.5. We'll carry on. Then score it at 1.5, 3, 4.5 and 6. Okay, now with the short bit at the top, this narrow section here at the top, I want to score at 3/4 inch, but I'm not scoring all the way down. I don't want to score on the second from bottom sections there, so I'm just doing it 3/4 inch. Oops, really not doing very well with this, am I? Down to 3 3/4. Okay, and I want to do that at 3 3/4 down to the same line. So that's just coming down 1, 2 to the third horizontal score line there. Okay, so you can see that there. Let's see it on this side better because I've got an extra score line on that one. To take that extra score line out a bit, you can turn it around and basically score again, just lightly, not as heavily as you would normally score, and that'll take out the worst of it. You'll get a shiny line rather than a bumpy line on there. But I'm just going to go with it. So I also turn that around and then do it again at 3/4, but just to the first horizontal line, and again 3 3/4 just to the first horizontal line there. Okay, now that is just to make the cutting a little bit easier for us. So I'm going to bring in my big scissors. What I'll do is burnish these score lines, the correct score lines, first of all, like so. Okay. So just making sure you're lined up before you give that a good press with your bone folder. Lining up the edges, pressing it down. Get rid of that. Okay, so again I've got my top bit, the narrowest bit at the top there, and these bits don't have any score lines through them. These bits stay. Everything else I'm going to chop along that score line to that last score there. Okay, and then I can chop straight down there like that. Chop straight down and chop along that first score line there. Tuck that out the way like so. Okay, and I'll bring in my smaller scissors as normal, and I want to chop that, and I want to take that corner out completely. Okay, I'm going to wedge these smaller pieces like so. And I'm just going to tidy that up because I haven't taken out that crease, that score line, quite neatly enough for my liking. Okay, so what we've got on that side, we need to do exactly the same on this side. So again, chopping along that extra score line that we did to where it ends, chop up to there, and the same again there. Okay, now we've got, chop that up there, and take that one out. This will be the little flap that goes under the flower, and these are the flaps at the side of the lid, and these ones help the base of the box glue together. Lots of little bits left over, but there we are. That is how it should look once you've done all your chopping. All right, I'm going to bring in my detailed trio punch to round those corners. And I'm just going to tuck those out of the way and pop that in. So you want to get it where it's tight up against that piece there and tight up against that piece there, and just press straight down, turn it around and do the same. And there we go. Now I'm going to cut my pieces of designer series paper to fit on that. And my little box is a 1.5 inch cube, so I want this to be 1¼ inches. So you're not using up very much of that precious designer series paper. So 1¼ . 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so they will go on the sides, front, back and top. No need to put anything on the bottom, but I do want a piece for that bit there. So I'm actually going to round the corners of this first before I cut it, because obviously it's nice and easy to put a long piece in, but it's not quite so easy to round the corners of a piece that is only 1/2 inch. So I'm now lining up the top bit there with the 1/2 inch mark to cut that. There's no way on earth I would be able to have put a 1/2 inch piece in there and get it to round properly. So that's the way to do it. Now I just want to add all of these little pieces to my box, and then we can assemble and do the closure. So you'll see that that piece of designer series paper has covered up most of that dodgy score line there. So to assemble, I want to add glue to these pieces here and fold that round like so. Same with this one, just lining that up at the top there. Want to do the same with the next two, and then that's all your gluing done. Okay, so lining that up edge to edge. Perfect little box. Those bits go down to the inside to give you a nice neat bit at the side there, and we just need to do our flower there. For the flower, I have a little scrap here of pale papaya card, and I need to get my pale papaya ink and the smaller of these two flowers here. Pop that on a block. Now, with your punch, you need to work out which way round you want to stamp it. So I want to stamp it like that rather than like that, because if I stamped it like that, then I'd have to put that in at a really strange angle. So just check the orientation matches on there. I've not put my stickers on this stamp set for some reason. So one there, and I'll do the other one there, because I know that there might be some other bits cut out with those leaves. So just lining that up, squeeze it together, there it goes, and same with this one, lining it up, squeeze it together, and it jumps all over the place. There we go. Now I have added a little bit more dimension to this flower on here, and to do that I used a pair of tweezers and I just lined them up between that dip in the petal and the centre, squeezed it round. Squeeze it around like that. You don't have to do that. You can just use a bone folder to curl them, or put them on a piece of foam and press down in the centre. Then just a spot of glue in the middle of one of them, and then pop the other one on top, like so. And then I'll pop my city in a little box. You could obviously fit lots of other little things in it. It's a 2-inch cube, and then I'm going to pop the flower on with a dimensional, but I'm going to use the edging of these dimensionals. So I use every bit of my dimensionals. So keeping my box closed, I've got the straight edge, and I'm going to just pop that underneath where the flap of the lid goes. Oops, didn't hold that long enough. Give it a squeeze, good squeeze. While I'm doing that, I will get an embellishment. So I used pastel petals for the last one. I think I'll use one of these genial gems for this. Okay, just use my tweezers since they're here. That off, pop that in the middle. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. And then cover up that dimensional like so. There we go. Nice, quick, easy little treat boxes. And now I need to go and find someone to gift them to before I eat the chocolates. Thank you so much for watching. Please do click on the link below to visit my blog, and then you can hop along to see the blogs, to see what Jill, Jez and Verity have all created with their Sale-A-Bration free products. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.